I just think films are the best form of medium to tell a story. You can have someone sit down for as short as 16 minutes and as long as 3 hours and have them watch something that they can either be invested in or something that they can take away. Like when people just say, oh, I want to end up like Robert Downey Jr. and I want to go on a red carpet and I also want to go to these events, I want to win an Oscar and all this sort of thing. Like, I just look at those people and I just think you're an idiot because you're doing it completely wrong. And the fact that you're actively going out your way just to walk a carpet, it's completely stupid, quite frankly. So my name's Sam Flanagan. I'm 23 years old. I am primarily a director, also a writer as well, and I am the CEO/founder of Amethyst Productions. So recently a new production company that we made last year in September.
Nice one. And what was it that got you into directing?
I mean, that's like a very vague, sort of like broad term to go over, really. Well, I mean, I can kind of pinpoint it to when I was a kid, really. I was always the kind of kid who was like a very creative individual. I used to make Lego videos and all that, and I just, I don't know, I don't really know where it all started from, really. It just sort of became a thing, and directing, I think, is one of the things that can be considered quite the hardest as well. And all eyes are on you to make sure that, you know, you're driving the set and everything, and if the set doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, or if anyone like starts losing morale or anything like that, then it just plummets down. And luckily, I mean, touch wood, I haven't experienced that yet, so, you know, but one of these days, you never know, you might stumble upon something like that. So, well, I mean, in terms of my own personal story, really, I started off as a camera operator. I shot a couple of short films. I shot a promo thing for an Amazon series, which they had to reshoot everything down in London, and then a short film in Halifax as well. And then after that, I didn't really think camera operating was something that I wanted to do. So I tried making my own first short film, but that didn't go anywhere. We lost all the footage for it. Someone broke the hard drive, so that was dead in the water. And then up until 2018 January, that's when I started like getting back into it. And I kind of feel like that my advice that I was given was just pick something that you actually like a certain aspect of the film production that you want to be in. So you can pick like a camera operator, an assistant camera or something like that, but then obviously have your main aspect, which in my case was directing, like as a dream, like building up to it ever so slowly. That's the advice I was given. But then after a while, I just kind of thought to myself, well, no one's going to give me the chance, and I don't really feel like that what I'm doing right now is good enough to get to that level. So I just said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to make my own short film with people who I know for a fact I can trust. And that's when we made the first film, Too Far Gone, which has now gone on to win awards. It got nominated for Best Short Film in Birmingham Film Festival. So just me purely just saying, let's go for it, I just think has been a really big help in terms of my career. And now I've made 11 short films including that, and we are looking to, well, I am looking to make my first feature hopefully by the beginning of next year. It's just been a long journey, that's the thing, and I just feel like it's going to be longer as well. So
with your team, when you say like people you trust and stuff, like,
yeah,
do you think that's really the foundations of it then?
Yeah, because I mean, you can get any old random person who can hold a camera, right? But it's all about whether or not that you personally feel like that they can do what you want them to do. So I can just pull someone who I know has camera experience and say, I want you to shoot this. And I know for a fact it's not going to be 100% great. But if you trust someone who has the necessary experience to then make your vision a reality, I think that really translates well. And like, there's a whole different amount of people that really like go into a film, not just like with features but also with shorts as well. I had no idea what an art director did. I had no idea what costume or wardrobe and how important they were and how integral they were to a short film, up until last year, where we had to get our direction in just for the sake of, you know, making it look better. And as a result, our films last year, they've looked much better now with the added inclusion of like an art director or a costumer or a wardrobe assistant or something like that. But I kind of feel like people who make short films, they do have an understanding as to like what goes into it: a camera, a microphone, an actor, a director, and that's like the main four that they can have. But people don't really understand that there's a lot more layers that go on top of it. The camera operator needs an assistant, and also they may act as like a DP or something like that. A boom operator might also benefit from having a sound mixer on the side or a sound recorder. And obviously art department, wardrobe and makeup and all these different departments that go into the filmmaking. I think people don't really understand like how integral they are. So because I see a lot of short films posts on Facebook and everything where people are asking for like the main three, like director, writer, producer, camera operator, whatever, but you know for a fact then it's just going to look very amateurish. But if you have other people like on top of that, like art especially, then that can go a long way in terms of making the film like a lot better. And granted, you're going to get people who won't like it. You can't please everyone. So you're going to get someone who doesn't think your work is great, or you're going to get someone who thinks that the film and the story was terrible, and that can hurt sometimes. And I've actually come a little bit on a bit of a downhill when hearing negative feedback sometimes as well. But over the course of the years, I've learned to understand that all criticism is just completely valid, really. I mean, even if you don't like what you're hearing, and we've had reviews, like on our Facebook page, we've had reviews that have been written about our films that we made last year, and some of them were quite brutal, in all honesty. We had Too Far Gone, two other ones called Drop Point and See Me Now. See Me Now I didn't direct, but Too Far Gone, Drop Point I did, and Drop Point got a better rating than Too Far Gone did.
You got 3 in it.
Yeah, it got 3 out of 5, and the other one got 2.5. And in some cases, people who read the Too Far Gone review were like, "Oh, okay, well, they're being a little bit harsh because I don't think it was that bad." And in my mind, I'm kind of like, "Well, it doesn't really matter what you think. It's about really what they think. And if they think that, then that's their verdict. I can't email them or like wave my finger around and go, 'You didn't like my film, like how dare you, I'm gonna sue you and everything,' because it was a film festival that we gave the money to in the first place, so I paid them to do the review."
I think it's pretty good that you posted it, the reviews, even though it's like 2.5 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good to do that.
Exactly, yeah, because it's still someone taking the time to review your work and get it and make it public. And I think even though that it is essentially a 5 out of 10 for two out of the 3 films, it still doesn't matter because it's better than a 1 or a 0. There are some films who have been reviewed on that website that have got a 0.5, and they went brutal on those films. And you look at those films and then you look at your review and you're kind of like, well, at least I wasn't that. So even though that you feel like personally that you're being attacked, or you feel like that they're saying that your film is crap for a number of different reasons, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, that's just their opinion. So you can't desecrate someone for having their own opinion. You can't just, again, wave your finger around saying, "No, you didn't like my film, so I don't like you," because then that's just how unnecessary conflict starts. But I think I've known people in the past, whenever I've been making films, that really, really just hate all the criticism that they get, and they just say, "Well, no, I like the film." I used to release stuff on YouTube all the time, like as we were discussing earlier. I used to release stuff on YouTube like back in the day, and then all the other short films I've made, which was like a couple of comedy short films, I released them just on YouTube because I just thought, okay, well, I might as well just put them somewhere. And I really, really hate when people just put the words "good job" and they don't give you any insight, or they don't tell you, "Oh, I like this because of this reason," or I think you could do this different. And I value the people who give me, absolutely slate my work and give me constructive criticism, than people just pat me on the back.